Warp drive active.
Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG, and it's been one hell of a week. Just as I thought I was getting my crap together, life hits with the 400th curveball this year. Full lockdowns again, all shops closed, curfews, armed police at junctions, checking all vehicles, and kids being stuck in the house again. It is an absolute bloody nightmare. I finally have some time to talk to you guys about the recent changes. I'm going to try and fit as much as possible into this video because I have no idea when I'll get some free time again. Apartment hunting is serious business, especially with all the restrictions, but I need to move out and get on with my life. There I go, talking about me again, the ego on this guy. Remember, there is a competition running for the chance to win 3 Omega Duos. I haven't had as much input as I wished, so there's a high chance that you guys will get to win these prizes. All rules and participation requirements are in the video and in the pinned comment, description, and in the card on the top right of the video. Show me those kill mails. So let's start off with some major issues we've had so far this week. And that's the difficulty changes to the anomalies and encounters. And mate, is there an uproar on all forms of social media? Is it exploding with death mails and complaints about the new difficulty levels? While I'm really enjoying the fact that I have to actually pay attention to playing the game rather than autopilot through encounters. I can see why so many are upset. The game started off easy and people got accustomed to just how easy the game was. And the devs flipped a switch and it became a bloodbath. People not paying attention to changes in the game and warping into encounters just like they were and getting insta-blapped off the grid. There are reports of T10 elite battleships in T5 and T6 encounters, absolutely annihilating people. Loot drops from battleships are insane. I got 7 interruptive warp scrams and a single annihilate in a T10 story encounter, dropping their worth to only a few million per. The loot in dead spaces are dropping like pinata candy, 12 large shield boosters in one dead space, not including the insane amount of adaptives/reactives that were dropping. By the way guys, make sure to farm these as they will be changed on the 25th of November in an update that will severely lower the drop rates of dead space items, changing the calculated cost, doubling it, and lowering the rate of drops by half. Let me know down below your thoughts on this. Little bit of looking into the future, hoard the gear, marketeering 101. My hoarding side does want all the loot, but my logical side tells me this needs to be done. The dead space loot, for the most part, is too saturated and prices are forever dropping. Something needed to be done. The market is a shambles. Actually, talking about Dead Space loot, there are some proposed changes that I found interesting, and the devs are looking for your feedback on these proposed additions. Now, this isn't really a complaint, this is just a small update on what might be coming. So we have Dead Space modules that can be reprocessed into Dead Space materials. A new type of data core can be obtained in the new mechanic Dead Space materials together with the data core and respective Dead Space modules. Can be used to manufacture more advanced Dead Space modules. For example, a Type C Dead Space module plus Dead Space materials plus data cores equals a Type B Dead Space module. We want to cause more excitement, fun, and a sense of achievement when obtaining Dead Space modules while helping to consume extra Type C Dead Space modules. Now, I absolutely love this idea. Being a gacha addict in the past, farming loot to upgrade already existing loot is a big plus for me. Really put some worth to playing the game and getting the best loot out there. Gotta rank them all. Do you like these ideas? If you do, let me know down below. If you hate them, please let me know down below because then I can make more videos like this. As I said, these are proposed changes. Make sure to send your suggestions to the devs in the official Discord, link in the description below. Now just a little bit on botting. If you're thinking of botting, don't. There is a bot floating around the interwebs currently on Reddit. This can and will be detected even though the site promises it won't. It is a third-party program. Do not get your account banned for it. And that's all I'll say on that. There has been some talks about the larger fleet fights and how the servers cannot handle them. Whilst this is mostly true, I have never had an issue with 500 plus on grid, no crashes, no lag, but it seems I am the minority. The complaints are real. The devs are making this a priority to strengthen the servers for systems with big fights and lots of pilots, so there is that. Currently the issue is a large alliance cannon will just fill a system to max so no one can attack their stations. And if a big fight does happen, people are dropped from the grid in droves, crashes, lag among other things, and for a game that really needs large scale violence, especially in nullsec to keep it interesting, this needs to be your highest priority. In my opinion, stop making additions to the game and start fixing what you already have. That's what keeps players, not fruit of the month updates and new additions. Speaking of nullsec, the bubble camps are all over the place. Now it's really starting to feel like EVE at least many years ago when there was a player base that could actually camp systems all across New Eden. It's another major complaint on social media that the game is catering too much to the hardcore crowd. No complaints from me here, but there has to be a happy medium or you will lose the casual player base, which is 70% of the player base. I did pull the statistic out of my bottom. I have no idea what the percentage of the player base is casual. There are many ways around the bubble camps, interceptors being one of them. They might not carry much, especially in large quantities, but you can rig it for a lot more space to fit modules, BPs, among other things, and they are immune to bubbles, align to warp super fast. By super fast, I mean you have no chance to lock them, and on grid, they are stupidly fast, getting speeds upwards of 4 kilometers a second. On the flip side, for PvP, they are amazing tackle ships, fast lock speeds, great inertia to keep you in orbit, and super high speeds. A fleet of these would do some serious damage to any ship. Just a little bit of a shameless plug in the middle of here. Our core Sovereign Wolfpack is currently recruiting players interested in Covert Ops ships, bombers, scouts, and Cov Ops cruisers. If you think this would interest you, join my Discord down below and ask for Dan Rowan. There is a selection process and a trial period determined by activity. Please keep that in mind. Now we get back to complaining, well actually helping you a little with the complaints. There are ways you can make these encounters easier. Faction cruisers can still quite easily run the T10 storyline encounters, depending on which ship you use. You can quite easily pick a faction encounter that doesn't affect your weapons with E-War. All elite rats in the encounters pack webs, scrams, and newts and nos, some more than others, and sometimes you get lucky and the elite battleships only have one of 3, but be aware that all elite ships can have all of these plus the faction's E-War. The Mimitar have target painters. This can be quite devastating if you're in range of the rat's weapons and not speed tanking. The Galente have center damps, which is not as big of a deal, just takes a little longer to lock. I have noticed the Galente storylines have significant amounts of warp scramblers. The first one I tried, the first Annihilate, had 21 points on me. Luckily I was in a Citadel and it didn't matter, but a lower tier ship would have got rocked. I have seen an insane amount of death mails with 16 plus points on them. It's nuts, and you will not receive the ship back through the automated service. The Amar at the moment are by far the hardest encounters unless you're running a prophecy with range rigs. That's easy mode. But if you're not, they run tracking disruption, which lowers your range, both optimal and fall off, and you're tracking with guns, making it impossible to hit frigates and destroyers. They also have an absolute crap ton of newts and nos. If you're in a power-hungry ship, I would steer clear of the Amar. It's doable, but they are hard. Easily the hardest of all the encounters / anomalies. The Caldari have missile disruption. Does the same pretty much as tracking disruptors, but it's for missiles. But are by far the easiest rats to clear in any ship that doesn't use missiles. If you're wanting to solo T10s, do Bad Hair Days. If you want to skip pretty much all E-War where it really has no effect, go Prophecy of Range Rigs. It's AFK. It's easy mode, but make sure you are checking which rats have what E-War and it will make your life much easier. I would like to add, but not to go completely balls to the wall with how the court video contest was run, and not just because I got 9th place. Which isn't so bad for a smaller channel and a low production cost. The fact that you can clearly see the videos that have had paid views. The number 3 spot is ridiculous. It's got 25k views with almost 0 interactions. Most of its comments are, "You paid for views," or "What the hell is this?" Yeah, it's still got so highly ranked. It shouldn't have even been placed. It's not the only one. There are so many videos with massive amounts of views and no interactions getting placed. I would have hoped they did a better job of vetting the videos, but it is what it is. There's ones with 10k views and 8 comments, ones with massive dislike ratio, but still placed. Okay, so let's move on. I know you're pissed. These guys don't need to know. There are so many things in Echoes right now with issues that I literally cannot go through all of them. But NetEase, if you're watching, please prioritize fixing what's broken and not adding more to the mix. Trust me when I say this is better for the game than consistently adding more content. Let's get the servers strengthened, work on some balancing, fix the loot tables, put the audit system as a priority for updates. The insane thing about the audits and the market is the average cost of items, putting insane audit times on items and ships that are selling for less than 1 million ISK. Let's not even talk about the fact you've put a 5.2 billion ISK average on the Macarial with a 2 billion ISK maximum sell order limit. What is that about? I had a friend of mine press the button after I supplied him with all the materials and costs associated with it. When it's finished, without buffering it with 3 fully fitted faction cruisers in the contract, I have to wait 2 weeks to fly it. That's the audit time. That is maximum insanity. Please work out another way to deal with this. This is getting insane. It's taken so long to make videos on ships with the audit times plus testing plus editing. It's hurting the game, not just me being able to make videos. Now I know this is to help against bots, but clearly the audit times need to be on characters that are showing weird behaviors, not the entire population of the game. Right, that's all my bitching done for today. I probably gave more questions than answers in this video, but these are issues that the devs really need to look at and work around. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and sub if you haven't already. Let me know down below if there are any more issues in the game that need to be outed. This is your one-stop shop for everything EVE Echoes. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.